going to be our first official practice for week 1 of our QiGong Essential Course. So for this class, I want to go quickly through the neutral position of QiGong, which is the position that you will start from and you will return to after every exercise, every movement that we do. And this posture is neutral and it's essential and it's common to all the schools of QiGong, so all of the 3 schools of QiGong, the medical school, the martial school, and the spiritual school. So whatever style you practice, you know that this posture is your home. Okay, every time that I return to a point that is for me 0 or neutral, for me is home, is the place literally where I can find my center, my grounding, my alignment, and from which I can move and expand and start to resonate and reverberate outside with my movement. So keep in mind that this posture is basically your centering posture, especially while you're practicing and you feel a little bit off balance. You can always return to this posture, realign yourself, reground yourself, and then you can start with another movement or restart the movement that you were practicing and where you were feeling a little bit off. So home is a place where we go with our feet parallel to one another. The feet have to touch the floor fully, so from toes to heel your foot has to equally touch the ground and your weight has to be equally distributed. I also open, when I start the practice, I always lift my toes a little bit, I open them and then lower them back on the ground. This will open even more the chakras, the opening underneath my feet and the opening on each of the toes where actually the meridian starts or end. And basically stimulates the entire soil of my foot feet and allows really the energy of the earth, so earthly chi, to be gathered and attract in to the body. So then it depends on your feet conformation. You have to look at 2 things to verify that your feet are actually parallel. So if your toes are not straight, look at the external part of your feet, and if they are parallel, it means that your feet are parallel. If your toes are straight, then look at your toes and probably also at the external part of your feet. And if your toes are parallel to one another, then your feet are parallel. One important indication also on other things to keep in mind is to keep your knees exactly on top of your feet. Do not have them falling inside or opening more than your feet, because there is a misalignment of your legs, so there is a misalignment of energy. Unless your structure, your bone structure brings your legs slightly out, or your knees slightly out, make sure that your knees are always falling right on top of your feet. Especially don't do this, because this will damage your knees in the long term. Your knees are also soft, slightly bent. So you are not squatting like this, but they are bent. And this will give you some softness in the flow of energy, especially the energy that comes from the earth, but also for the energy that gets drawn down from heaven and has to pass through your body into your feet. So soften your knees, like basically you have to have this feeling of bouncing, okay? Make sure that unless it's otherwise indicated, your feet are always at the same, they are large, they are opened like your hips. no more, unless it is otherwise indicated. Okay, there are certain forms of postures and certain postures where we open the feet a little bit more, okay? And we're gonna see that today. But for now, feet open like your hips. Your hips has to be tucked down, which means that there is a rotation of your hips forward and there is an elongation of your sacrum down toward the earth. Okay, this is another way to fully attract earthly chi, to efficiently attract earthly chi from the ground. Okay, or redirect heavenly chi into the ground. So this is very important, and these movements will allow you to tuck your belly in. Okay, your belly, as you rotate your hips forward and you elongate your sacrum toward the earth, automatically these muscles, where the lower dantian, the most important dantian, where the energy gathers and gets distributed all over the body, is contracted in. So this part, including your navel, are held in. Something interesting happens with your chest that is not up, like we do in belly dance, for example, but it's tucked in as well. So it's actually a way to elongate your spine completely, almost neutralizing all the lines of the spine, almost, because the natural lines, we need to respect those natural lines. So here I tuck my hips, and my chest is not curved, but it remains aligned, straight. Okay, it doesn't go up and it doesn't go down. It's just aligned. Okay, and it has this feeling that you are almost curving your spine, but you are not. So the important thing is that you don't lift your chest, because in the moment you lift your chest, you create a compression here, and you block the flow of energy either up or down. Your shoulders are relaxed down, your chin is tucked in, but your head is almost like floating, okay, floating up in the air. It's very important, because when you have this feeling that your head is suspended in the air, that's when you open your higher centers to receive energy. There is also a system of chakra in Qigong that works slightly different, but also similar to the yoga chakra system, and it allows the energy of heaven to descend and the energy of earth to ascend. So it's very important to have this alignment, because it allows this energy to flow freely from higher chakras, higher openings, and lower openings in the sense that they go from below the navel down into the earth. So not because they are lower frequency or bad chakra. Okay, so here, shoulders relaxed, and your arms, most of the time, are relaxed, a little bit rounded, okay, not completely bent, but slightly rounded, with your hands relaxed. When we do the balls, your hands are in alignment, but do you see that my elbows are slightly falling down toward the ground? They are not here, but slightly down, so there is no more than 45 degrees angle with your hands. So your hands are parallel to the ground, and your elbows are slightly lowered compared to your wrist, for example. Okay, so we have this one. So don't lift your shoulders, relax your shoulders, and create this sort of half moon with your arms. This one is a very strong grounding posture, or this one when we're going to work with the ball of chi. Okay, so freely, parallel feet, soft knee, roll your hips forward, elongate your sacrum, tuck your belly in, relax your chest, Relax your shoulders, round your arms, relax your hands. Chin is tucked in as your head, at the top of your head is suspended. Okay? Sometimes I just relax my arms even more and I put them like this, and it's already good enough. Actually it magnetizes toward the earth, and you can really immediately feel there's a connection between earth and heaven, almost matching in your chest, belly area. It's almost like you feel the strength of this flowing and balancing energy in this area, because you feel your hips very strong, your heart open to receive, and you feel really this strength coming, almost developing naturally just by holding this posture. So this is the neutral position. We know that when we finish this exercise, we come back to this posture and we do a movement actually to keep the energy flowing and to neutralize the energy between exercises. These movements, we repeat it about 3 or 6 times. Those are the Chinese number. So basically, from your neutral position, we collect the earth energy and we bring the energy up. At the level of your chest, you flip your hands and you push the energy down toward your lower dantian. Okay? Inhale as you bring your hands up, and exhale as you bring your hands down. Okay, we're gonna do this sometimes 3 times, sometimes 6 times. Your hands in this movement, so your fingers are held together. Do not open your fingers.